I'm Chanel. This is my reality. Um, Kanye has lost his mind, and we gotta cancel him. Oh, sorry. My nurse is in here. She's great, but it's the tape. She's the taper. No, it's just like I was saying on the previous live. He is just so out of bounds. You cannot go online on a rant against making racist, misogynistic, xenophobic comments about people. He, I don't know if y'all seen it. I'm sure everybody probably has at this point. He has a website dedicated to where he's selling T-shirts with swastikas on it or something. It's like the symbol for the Nazis or whatever. It's so gross. And can we cancel him? I, I know I love late registration too, and I love down to his past mom and all of that. But thank you. But we just gonna have to call a thing, and stop calling a spade because that is rooted in racism. Go look it up. For all the people that say that, I know we've said it. I said it before. I didn't say. Educate yourself. Now, anywho, everything on Chanel's reality is, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only, is all alleged. So, in my opinion, Kanye is probably off of his meds. He said he's bipolar. So I'm gonna go with he is bipolar. Um, Kanye. I don't know. Can y'all hear me? Yeah. So he said that he was bipolar. Kanye West has said that out of his mouth. So I'm gonna roll with what he said out of his mouth. But anyways, he's on the internet talking about he liked Twitter. I mean, he likes Hitler. He's on his social media talking about he likes Hitler. It's just so gross. And that he can't stand, the Jews, and he has friends that are Jews and he hates all of them. And it's just so gross, disrespectful, shameful, egregious. It's out of bounds. It's so far out of bounds. And we got to stop with this nonsense of, oh, well, I loved his last album or whatever the case may be. Like, who gives a shit about that? Right? And then people think in their mind, like, oh, well, that's never going to happen. Listen, Adolf Hitler, before he committed a whole ass genocide of Jewish people, he was over there talking for 10 years against the Jewish people and how they're dirty and they're rats and they just steal everybody else's money and they cheat people and all this kind of stuff. It's not something that generally happens overnight like that. It happens over time. Think grooming. It happens over time. You get people warmed up to this idea of hating a certain group, and then they buy into it, right? And the dangerous part with Kanye is he's one of those people that he's an international superstar, and people from all races love him. So if he's saying all of the racist, misogynistic things that other people, either wouldn't say or are afraid to say, then they feel empowered by someone like that. Think Donald Trump. He does the same thing. But it's scary to me that this man is able to go on his different platforms. As my understanding at this point, they shut down his website, like his clothing line website. I didn't know you could do that. I'm glad that they did, but it's like I didn't know you could. I didn't know there. So like, there's laws against discrimination, right? Because discrimination is an actual act. So you can't like have a business and practice discriminatory um, behavior at work, right? Um, it's a protected class. You can't do that. Um, but I didn't know. So racism isn't illegal. Discrimination is, right? Because like I said, discrimination is an act of something, actively ignoring a population, belittling, betraying, mistreating, whatever, fill in the blank. So for me, I was just thinking when I first heard, oh, they shut his website down or they shut down this site. I'm thinking, I didn't know you could do that because I thought you have the right to print whatever you want. Just saying, and people have the right to buy it. So I'm very surprised that they did that. But maybe it's somebody on his team because they always have a team um, of people that they like to be like, oh, it wasn't me, it was my team. And usually those people are kind of like damage control teams. So think Scandal. Think Olivia Pope. Um, it's a mess. It's a mess. And I'm tired of people being like so attached to the celebrity that they can't see beyond the music or see beyond that person having some sort of great movie that they were in, or whatever it is. People with the I can't get rid of 12 play in my head because that's when I made my babies in the 90s off 12. Like, it's like, stop it. You have to be able to draw a line somewhere in the sand. And it just seems like for him, I don't know why, he just gets a pass from all kinds of people. Like, I literally was at work yesterday and I was talking about him. We were all kind of talking about him, and there was two people there. They were not melanated like me, okay? But they were there and they were like, "Oh no, you can't cancel Kanye." And it's almost like they don't even realize what they're saying because, privilege. But anyways, they don't even realize how detrimental it is to us. He running around the earth and to other people who don't know, who have never really interacted with regular, quote unquote, regular black people in America. That's our representation on some level. Even though we don't claim him like that, but that's going to be what people think. Just like they think, oh, all black men are dangerous or thieves, and we just, uneducated, whatever it is that they think about people of my color. It's grotesque to watch it. But as a person who's read the DSM, which is I didn't read all of it because it's just a lot of information, but the Diagnostic Statistical Manual, that's where you go to diagnose someone with bipolar, schizophrenia, schizoaffective disorder, all kinds of everything, anxiety, all of the different things that people go through, um, when they're suffering some sort of mental health crisis. The thing about bipolar, because he said he was bipolar, so I'm going to run with that. But the thing about being bipolar is if you're in that manic stage, if your doctor has prescribed you medication to suppress your bipolar and help you be able to manage your everyday life, most likely that prescription medication it's a mental restraint. So you want to cry, but you can't because the medicine is restricting you. It's kind of like that. And so when you see someone who is bipolar doing erratic things, especially if they're being manic behavior, you can pretty much pick up on it really quickly that person probably has discontinued taking their medicine and they need to be stabilized again. And I know that sounds crazy, but it just is what it is. With certain psych diagnoses, it just is what it is. So whenever I see him behaving the way he's behaving now, I'm like, oh yeah, he probably stopped taking his meds because a lot of times when people take those type of medications, it messes with their brain chemistry. I'm not a chemist and I'm not a doctor. So don't blame Chanel's reality. Go to your own doctor, your own psychiatrist, your own therapist, you're saying. But they don't feel themselves when they're on the medication. They a lot of times will, say that they feel kind of zoned out and not really alive. And so they'll, as a result, sometimes stop taking the medication. And then they end up in situations like what's going on with Kanye. Now, again, I don't know the man. I haven't assessed him. I don't know none of these people. I haven't been there. I don't know none of these people, so I wasn't there. But just from a person on the outside looking in, I'm just kind of like, he needs some help. That's A. Um, and it's really sad because he has children that are watching him. Because I was about to say Blue Ivy. Blue Ivy. Not Blue Ivy. What's the other one's name? She's like the same age as Blue Ivy. I can't think of her name. Kim Kardashian's North. How did I forget that? Northwest. Um, yeah, so Northwest is his daughter. I'm sure she's paying attention. Because she, what, 12 or 13 now? She knows. And she loves her dad. I'm certain all of them do. So they don't really want to see their dad in that light. But it's very, 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 very frustrating to watch a really talented person who clearly had a mother who taught him, you know, things and let him helped him travel the world. I think he said something like he went to China when he was 10 and he loves the Chinese people because they treat him right and whatever else. And then, but he's on there talking about how Jewish people are this, that. It's egregious. And I don't understand why people keep giving this man a pass. It's egregious. Some of the things he's been accused of, especially in the lawsuits too. He has some sexual assault or sexual misconduct or something to that effect lawsuits out there. Um, I don't want to say sexual assault. Let me take that back because I don't know that the lawsuit that I can't remember if the lawsuit said sexual assault, but I know it talked about definitely harassment in a sexual way, and not letting people leave rooms and that type of thing. So it's all egregious if you ask me. But I'm just kind of like, I would say have his family come and help, but when you have when you're a supposed billionaire and you've built a brand where you selling people clothes with holes in it, you know, and call and shoes with holes in it that you're charging $1,000 a shoe. I ain't mad at it. Listen, you're an artist. I can't tell you what's your value of whatever it is you make, but it's irritating because it's kind of like nobody could do anything. What could they really do? They could try to hold him on a psych hold, but then a doctor has to diagnose him or basically say he has this, confirm whatever the diagnosis was previously, or he might have additional diagnosis. He could have dual diagnosis, and they have to have a reason to keep you there. And if he improves in any way, then they can't just keep you there indefinitely. And if you're not a danger to yourself or others, it just is what it is, right? Um, so that's one thing. But then again, you have to have someone that wants to do that and then have that headache. But anyway, we can't excuse away his behavior simply because he's suffering from some sort of mental health something. I don't know exactly what it is, but he said he had bipolar disorder, so I'm gonna roll with that. But let's be very clear: just because you have a mental disorder or mental diagnosis of some sort, it's not all severe. There's criteria to meet in order for a doctor to diagnose you with any type of mental illness, right? But it doesn't all have to be completely severe. It could be mild, it could be moderate, it could be multiple different things. But I just wanted to share that people who suffer from mental illness, some of them, not all of them, but be very clear, they can also be very manipulative. Think narcissistic behavior. They can charm the pants off everybody outside of their circle, except for the person they terrorizing, which is usually they spouse or their kids or their mom or somebody like that. But to everybody else, they're so charismatic, and that's what I mean by they could be manipulative and very. It could be very dangerous. I'm gonna just say it like that. So you can't say just because someone has a mental disorder that they're a bad person or that they're violent or any of those things. But you also can't erase the fact that some people are very manipulative because of their disorder. Anyway, so I don't know what's going on with Kanye, but I know they say that he has those shirts on the website, the swastikas on the shirts. Talking about the Jews, oh my God. It's so terrible. It's so terrible. And I'm coming to y'all live from the hospital. I had to get an infusion. And I just finished up my infusion. Because I get tired a lot and I have anemia, so I have to come get these infusions because my body doesn't want to absorb iron. And so I get tired a lot. But anyway, I just finished it. Uh, but listen, tell me what you guys think about what's going on with Kanye. Do y'all feel like he needs to be maybe checked in somewhere? Do you think, well, we just let him make it because he does have he stated he had a diagnosis of bipolar disorder. Um, do you just think he's a genius and he's just putting on like? Do you think he's doing it for attention? Because the other thing too, he seemed to have a problem with Ken. Is it Kendrick Lamar? Kendrick is it? I don't know his name. The guy from They Not Like Us. I can't remember what his name is, but the one that's beefing with Drake right now. And Drake, shout out to Drake. Listen, he said you messing with minors, and I love you, Drake, but boy, I need you to come to the front and get this shit all the way together. You got to come out with a monster album to live this down. You're not gonna be able to do it in the courtroom, sir. But anyway, back to Kanye. It seems like Kanye got pissed off that Kendrick was chosen to do the Super Bowl. It's like, how dare y'all like give this man all of this credit? It's very, again, narcissistic, you know. So I wonder if that's what it is. If he's jealous and feels like he should have this glory, but didn't, and so now he has a problem with Kendrick Lamar. I don't know. What did y'all think about the Super Bowl halftime? I don't know Kendrick Lamar's songs. I only kind of know that one, They Not Like Us, because I listened to it about a month ago or something. But in general, I don't really know any of his songs. But he seemed to have fun on the stage. People are going online talking about all kinds of different subliminal messages or direct messages to Drake, like the Serena thing, and um, something about like how the checkerboard with the things like if you were playing checkers were like the symbols and stuff. So people listen, there are whole ass what's the right word? Um conspiracy theorists on the internet. And the internet, listen, has no chill and they're undefeated in the internet. On Beyonce's internet, they undefeated. Just saying. So people go down the little rabbit hole. I'm not interested in the rabbit hole today. But maybe I will be tomorrow, but today I ain't interested in the rabbit hole. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I think Kanye needs to be canceled, and I think he needs to go away for a little bit. Probably Drake needs to go away with Kanye. He probably needs to go away with Kanye, for real, for real. And you remember? Do y'all remember? There is. I don't know if y'all ever watched this show. It's called South Park. It's like with the little with Kenny. It's like a really kind of like made for adults cartoon type thing. And they used to always call Kanye gay fish or something like that. And I was just like, and this was at the height of like, I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke. I was like, how dare they call this man that? Shout out to the gays, no shade here, but I'm just saying. And then someone kept saying he would go over to Paris and he had his little man friend. Was it Wendy Williams? I don't know. Somebody used to say that all the time. And I'm like, y'all need to leave Kanye alone. But now I'm thinking, especially because I don't know if y'all saw Kanye. He posted something about they need to let Diddy out and something against Cassie. I don't remember all of it, but it was egregious too, which is why I'm like, we need to cancel this motherfucker. Like, he can't come back. He don't need no more lives. He don't need no more lives. He clearly has 372 lives because he keep coming back. But yeah. Um, but yeah, so I'm like, Kanye. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So I'm wondering if Kanye and Diddy did the thing. Like, did shitty Diddy and crazy Kanye, did their souls meet? And now they're saying Drake is a suspect too. I hope not Drake, because I like Drake. He's sexy to me. Just saying. But Drake had a whole ass baby that he didn't claim with a porn star, I believe. Or I don't know if I can say that word. Corn star. So when he did that, I was like, what the fuck? Like, you got all of this money and clout, and you're also handsome. I don't know why you got to go have a baby with a porn star, but, shout out to her, whoever she is. Um. So, yeah, tell me what you guys think about Kanye. Do you think he needs to be canceled? Do you think we should give him more a chance? Do you think we should excuse it away because he has some sort of mental disorder that he's saying he has bipolar? Like, do you think he can be canceled? Because I don't think he can. He keeps coming back. He got 562 lives. And he comes back stronger. It's like, oh, he said some egregious shit. Okay, now his everything gonna be sold out. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then he said he's racist. I'm like, Kanye, did y'all hear him on that rant when he was saying, I don't know what I saw this on, but he was saying his man parts are racist. Okay. I feel bad for Blue Ivy. Not Blue Ivy. Lord, Blue Ivy. She must be on. Beyonce must be watching Chanel's reality right now. She's just like, say my daughter name one more time. What's up? What's up? No. Beyonce big and bad, big and bad. Beyonce, I think she kicked Jay-Z off of her tour or something. I heard something like that recently, but it's all alleged. I don't know. I don't know these people. I wasn't there, but I feel like she kicked Jay-Z off her whatever this new tour that she's gonna be on because she don't need those type of headaches. Child. I feel bad for Beyonce, especially if she's not involved in all the things the internet says she's involved in. They swear she's like a witch and she's a whole bunch of different things. I swear she's killing different people's like careers. Allegedly, I think she supposedly killed like Carrie Hilson's career. And then y'all remember that one guy? He was a security for them, for Jay-Z and Beyonce. I think this happened like maybe a year and a half or 2 years ago. He came online and he was like, yeah, Beyonce on drugs. I'm like, say it ain't so. Like, how you just gonna come on Beyonce's internet and say that she on drugs? And then he said, and Jay-Z, you keep her that way. He said, I ain't bagging down. I'm big and bad. I'm big and bad. And now, rest his soul in peace. That man passed away. And it seems like people that are around Diddy and Jay-Z and others, they just all have these mysterious deaths that people shouldn't be having in a first world country. You're not supposed to die of pneumonia in a first world country. It can be treated. Just saying, especially if you don't have any other serious chronic illnesses or something, like heart problems or something, or even lung problems. Like, unless you have something else going on, you should be able to survive pneumonia. I'm just saying. Just, I'm not a doctor, but just doesn't seem right that Kim Porter died that way. And that other lady, remember Jay Z's alleged mistress? I forget her name, but she died of allegedly of a brain aneurysm. And then that lady, because there's a guy, a young man running around the internet swearing he's Jay Z's son, and Jay Z refuses to take. This is all alleged. I wasn't there. I don't know these people, but um, from what the streets are saying, he refuses to take any type of DNA test that would prove that he's in fact this young man's father. And the internet says the reason for that is, if that's the case, then when Jay Z impregnated this lady, he would have been in his 20s or 30s, and she would have been underage, not the age that she can consent. And then she passed away too, but she fought for years to try to get him to do something. So I don't know. All of it's sketchy and all of it's shady, and I hope that all of the right people go to jail and never get out, because these people seemingly feel that they are invincible and that they are above the law. And I think if you listen to what the internet says, there's lots of reasons for why these people think this. You have a whole lot of fame, a whole lot of influence, a whole lot of power, right? A whole lot of money. But this is the thing that never makes sense to me: is you got all this fame, influence, power, money. Why are you risking your livelihood, your family's ability to live a good life, your reputation, and your career so that you can essay someone? There's so many people that would give it to you for free. Be clear. But I know why. Because sexual assault is never about sex. It's always about power and control. So that's why it's like, well, you have sex workers. Why don't you just go pay some sex workers? It's not about that. It's because they want to have that control. If they're paying someone, they don't have control. But it's all gonna come out in the wash. I don't think this lawsuit that Jay Z's being accused of with the, I think, 13-year-old or whatever, I don't think that's gonna be the one to take him down. But I do think he's gonna go down. I don't know when, but I do think he's gonna go down. And I will say I feel bad for his family, meaning his kids, because who wants to think that their dad is that type of person? You know what I mean? So I feel bad for Blue Ivy and the other two. And meanwhile, by the way, why we don't ever see the little boy, the twin? What is happening there? Hey, young RZA, aka Drip King, love. He always comes to my live. He is so cool, Pete. Cool people. I can't really see what y'all said. Who the hell is in my chat? Who are these people? Shout out to the chat. I do have a cat. What the hell? I don't know what's happening. Hey, Carmen. Love you, boo. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, I just finished getting my little infusion so I can feel better because I'm anemic, and I get tired easily because I don't iron won't, like, my body won't absorb it, so I have to come to the hospital and get these infusions. It takes like an hour and a half of my time, but hopefully I'll start feeling better soon. But listen, I got money moves to make. Okay, she's winning over here. Hey, hold on. Did I see somebody else on here? The Drip Show. Hey, The Drip Show. Thanks for stopping by, Chanel's Reality. Well, guys, hit the like button, hit the notification button, and the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed. If you are a subscriber, thank you. Welcome back. If you're new to my show, then welcome. And like I said, hit the notification button and the like button. It's a free and easy way to support my channel without, having to do anything more than just hit a little like button, hit the notification button so you'll know if I go live, if I upload something. You'll get a notification of it. But until next time, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Chanel's Reality. Now I'm about to go home. Listen, I have some margarita. I don't know. I might go to I'm not even a drinker like that, but I just feel like I need a shot. Take a shot with me. That's why I love Drake. Drake, get your life together. Come to the front, get your life together, Drake. Okay? Because I don't want to not be able to listen to Thank Me Later. And what's my other one? It was that album after that. Just hit after hit after hit after hit. I'm like, what are we doing? Drake, what are we doing? Stop having. Anyway. I don't know. Do y'all think Drake can recover from what's happening? I hate to see it because I love me some Drake. Jesus. I hate to see it. Because Kendrick said, you got to keep your little sister from around because she might be a minor. Oh, Drake's people. He needs to get everybody on his next album. Like, everybody needs to be on there. Lil Wayne, Chris Brown, UGK. Like, he just need to have a whole monster album. T.I., they all need to be on his album. Like, the biggest black celebrity, they need to be on his album. And he need to, like, come all the way through. I think that's going to be his way back. But unless he going to go to Canada, he ain't going to Canada. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, guys, like I said, thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of Chanel's Reality. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.